Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and with me today again is two lovely ladies. Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to higher dimensions of being. Morganne has been called the healer of healers as a way to describe her unique spiritual tools she shares. Morgan is here to serve those who seek greater understanding of their secret spiritual self and have the deep desire to integrate that consciousness in their 3D world. And with us today again is Jeannie Rayne, a licensed psychotherapist in state of Washington, working primarily with early childhood trauma, sexual abuse, and emotional neglect, helping clients empower themselves. Jeannie sees herself as a lifetime student of growth. She continually takes classes to enhance her knowledge base. So, hello, two lovely, wonderful, beautiful ladies. How are you this morning?
Great.
I'm awake.
How was this 2 weeks for both of you? We haven't seen each other for 2 weeks. How are you feeling, Morgan, first?
Oh, I'm great. I had a little, I think the audience has heard me talk about, I inherited a motorhome and I was vacuuming a ceiling part in one of it, and a hunk of, we're still not sure what it was. It was plastic or wood or something, got lodged up in my right eye and got stuck. And I couldn't get it out. So, but eyes heal so quickly, even by the following day, because, well, one, I know how to take care of it. Right. So, I went to my eye doctor and he said, "You did a good job." And then he gave me a free pair of little goggle things. He goes, "You need to wear these when you're on your construction project." So it was fun. But yeah, I'm all good. I'm just
So is
good.
it out now? Is it out now?
Oh, it was out that same day. It just scratched the cornea.
Mm.
So, but that healed really quickly. Within a few days, you couldn't even tell there was something that had been in it, which was
Good. Excellent.
Yeah. Of course, I prayed too.
Yeah, always.
I just got to say this. For I think it was about 3 or 4 months, I had this thing going on in my throat, and that when I would swallow, I could feel it. And then, of course, the brain goes, well, this could be really bad, right? And and it didn't go away, and it didn't go away. And one morning I got up and go, well, you could pray about this. And so I did. I just prayed about it, and I have no idea what it was, but I'll tell you, the next day I woke up and it was gone, and it had been there for months. Like every time I'd swallow, I could feel it was like a lump there, and it disappeared. Like whoosh. It was like so gone. And it's like, I go, yeah, we forget, we get so hooked into our bodies and, and what's going on with them, that we forget that actually we're divine spiritual beings, and that the body is simply under the influence of that spiritual awareness. So if there's no spiritual awareness going on, the body's going to be at the influence of the ego and the world, and it's like, wow, it was just one more time, like I need another reason, right? It was just one more time to say, that's the power right there, that we are not bound by the physicality. We are not, I like that. We are not bound by the physicality. But we must turn our attention to the truth of who we are. So, yeah. So,
I think you at the moment very nicely steer our show on right direction. So everybody who haven't seen or haven't been on Morganne's course in miracles, please look up on my YouTube channel. Course in Miracles is on YouTube channel. Yeah, all Course of Miracles you can see on YouTube and Rumble channels.
Mm-hmm.
And Morganne is so nicely inviting everybody to join prayer class.
Yeah.
So if you even not on Course in Miracles, you can call, you can contact Morganne, and
Mhm.
she will give you details how to join this prayer class every month. So Morganne, tell more maybe about this prayer
Yeah,
class.
this is a class that I've been kind of being nudged about for a while, but it wasn't ready, and it's like, oh, now we're ready. So I call it Let Us Pray. And I call it that because when I was growing up, I grew up in a Baptist church. And at the end of the sermon, the preacher would always say, Let us pray. Right. So it would be taking the lesson of what the minister would give us, and then moving it into consciousness, right? Moving it into prayer. And I always, I was always excited when it was time when he would say, Let us pray. I was all over that. It was like, I loved that. And it was like music to my ears. And, I'm going to tell one story. And I think this is like, projected me on this course of prayer when I think I was like 11 or 12, something like that. I think I was 11, and my dad had come back home after being gone for a long period of time, and he decided that we were going to go to a different church than what we had been going to. So my mom was obedient, and we went to this new church, right? Well, at that time, after the minister says, Let us pray, they called on my dad to do the prayer, and he did not respond. And the minister called again for my father to pray, and he did not respond. And something was stirring inside of me. Like, it was probably a mix of a little bit of embarrassment because he's not praying, right? He's not doing what the preacher is telling him to do. Third time, the minister called my father to prayer, and I stood up and I prayed. And I prayed from my heart and my soul. And I took that lesson and I embodied it and blessed everybody. And then I sat down. Everybody was silent for a very long time. The car ride home was very silent. But that call, to be in prayer has always been with me. And so it was shortly after that my dad said he'd get me my own street corner if I wanted. So that call to prayer, that communication with the divine, that's what it is. It's communication with the divine. It's coming in. See, I think sometimes prayer is like picking up the telephone. Hello, it's like, but who are you calling, right? You can call a friend and commiserate. You could, you could do a lot of things, right? But when you call God, call upon the power and the presence and the life of God. Now you're talking. Now you're moving, and now you're moving in the right direction. So yeah, so prayer has been pivotal in my life. It has saved my butt more times. You can't even know how many times prayer saved my butt. And it saved a lot of other butts too. So yeah. Anyway, so I love it. If people would like to participate, we'll go over. I have no idea how long this class is because I wasn't given that, except once a month. I'll do this till the end of the year, right? And then I'll make a new decision. but we'll learn about the function of prayer, the history of prayer, how to pray, all the different ways you can pray, becoming a prayer consciousness, becoming learning how to live a prayerful life, right? That is like so beautiful, to live a prayer-filled life where it's just prayer all day, communion all day, acknowledgement all day of the light and the presence and the love and the beauty of the divine all around us, everywhere. Anyway, so I could go on about that like for an eternity.
And you forget something else. We have very beautiful family here in this course, and we became really close, and we opening up to each other much more than we ever done, and it's beautiful community. So you're not only learning to pray and about prayer and communication with creator, but you will be joining community, family, where everybody is welcome, and where it's really beautiful discussions about everything.
Oh yeah, I love the discussions. Oh my God, they are just enriching, and it's to have those kinds of conversations. That's how we change ourselves and how we change our world.
Exactly, you're getting really set of friends, your soul friends, not only some kind of acquaintances around away, but really soul friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
And,
brilliant.
and people that are going to absolutely know the truth for you, right? Absolutely. They're not going to commiserate with you. They're going to take you toward the healing. They're going to take you toward the light. They're going to lift up your frequency. And that's really what, our last class last Sunday was, one of the pieces that was on one of the slides was, it's all about frequency. Because it is. Because if you're in the crapper, right, if you feeling like the world's against you and you're a victim, and nothing's working right, well, and so it is. Right. And I hate to say it that way, but you create your own world, right? You create your own reality. If you're not willing to lift up your frequency and lift up your chin, lift up your eyes, lift up your soul to see what's real, pick up the head. I see too many people with their head down. The other thing is that I want to say this. Okay, I guess I'm on a tangent here. When like I can see people like when I've been going in my car a lot because I've been driving back and forth to where my motorhome is now that I'm working on. So I see people a lot more like on the streets and on the roads and at bus stops. Every one of them have their heads bowed down doing this. People walking are doing this, like their heads are bowed down. And I was thinking, well, that bowing in the head is kind of a reverent thing, right? What are they bowing down to? So that was the thought I had about the that whole piece of that electronic device, right, where it's captured so many people's attention. It's captured them, right? They can't walk without having their device. They can't sit at. How about everybody put them all down and look at the sky and look at look at life, look at your neighbor, greet people. Anyway, it was just a thought I had was, wow, if people would bow their heads in prayer, would be a beautiful thing. But that's just me. So, Jeannie, how you doing?
I'm good. I really like the fact that you're going to have a class on prayer, because no one, we're not taught how to pray, and so people just say pray, but people think that they can't pray, like they don't know how to, so they don't, or they're doing it wrong, or so they don't. Like there's so many reasons why people get away from prayer.
Yep.
And it's such an important thing, you know, because like you said, the divine is always with us. And, you know, you were talking about the physicality, but it's also our mental health, our physical health, you know, like everything about us. And so it's the more we can resonate with that and get into the vibration of that, you know, the better our lives will be, you know, because, you know, there's, you know, people say, you know, this is a simulation of, you know, this thing on earth. But the simulation is each individual is creating their own simulation, you know, and it's just amazing that you change the frequency and how much you change your life.
Absolutely. And I love that you called it a simulation, because that's what we create. We create a simulation in our lives. And it's like, if you don't like the one you're in, we'll create another one.
Right. And fake it till you make it, because it's you know, when we're faking it, we're trying to get into that vibration, and eventually we'll get there if we keep on striving for it. But otherwise we can go negative, and that's not going to take us anywhere.
Well, it's going to take us to negative.
Right. I mean, exactly. And stuckness.
Yeah. And in stuckness, you know, that chart that I use, that map of consciousness chart that I use, and I've shared it here many times, and many people have it, and you can find them online, right? All you really need to do is kind of identify where you are on that map. It doesn't matter if you're in shame, blame, guilt. It doesn't matter. Just pick the one above it, right? You want to increase, just pick the one above it. So if you're in shame, like, shift it to blame. Blame is a higher frequency than shame, right? It's not ideal, but at least you're lifting your frequency a little bit, right? And I love using that chart, because you can go, well, where do I want to be, right? When you ask that kind of question, where do I want to be? Okay, well, where am I now? Okay, that's my journey right there. What is it that, what are the steps I need to take? You know, it's a remarkable tool for people if they would just use it, right? It's like, identify where you want to be in unconditional love. Well, yeah, if you're all the way down there in shame, you got a little journey to go on, but it's a worthy journey, right? It's good. And one of the things that I do too for a lot of my clients, and I was given this a way to do this, I don't know, a couple of years ago, to calibrate the energy and the frequency of the original incarnation, like how you really arrived on the planet, right? And then, so what that tells me is who you are, why you are here, and why you're in particular issues and challenges. Because a lot of times, if you arrive on the planet and your consciousness is peace, but you're living in chaos, right? Well, that kind of makes sense to me. It just makes sense to me, because it's like, oh, I get it, right? You get these issues so that you can ascend to that frequency that you truly are, because it's in you, it's alive in you. And I find it very interesting when I calibrate that consciousness and then calibrate where they are currently, right? It gives a goal. It gives it like oh, that's who I am, right? Because sometimes people get lost in their physicality. They get lost in their humanness. They get lost in the trap of the world, right? But when they begin to hear, it's even more profound than saying you're a holy child of God, because that can kind of be like, well, there's a bunch of holy children of God, right? But when you say you're the consciousness of peace, you're the consciousness of unconditional love, you are the consciousness of this, it gives you a goal to go to, right? It gives you that. So anyway, it's just, but you can do that for yourself on that, with that, using that chart. And so I invite everybody, go download one of those maps of consciousness and work with it.
Yeah. I actually find that many of my clients, when you tell them to start do affirmations, yeah, they are not able to do this fake it till you make it. They straight away say, no, I can't say to myself that I am this and this, yeah.
Right.
They just can't bring themselves to say something like
Well,
that.
you can't go from shame and blame right to unconditional love because that just doesn't make any sense. It's a journey. It's a walk. It's a releasing. It's a remembering. It's actually a beautiful journey. And for me, it's like, oh, these are the things I came here to transcend. And again, not just for me, this is a collective thing, right? And more, I think a lot of people are waking up. This is a collective issue. And when we can, that's what I love about praying for others, because you know what? If I agree I'm going to pray for someone else, I got to be totally prayed up for me. I got to be totally, because wherever you pray, what you pray with is where you pray from, right? So if I'm in a bumming mood, I'm not going to be praying. I'm going to go take a walk. I'm going to do some breath work. I'm going to bring my consciousness and my awareness back to love. So when we're asked to pray for others, what a beautiful gift we are given every time, because we get to remember who we are. And so anyway, I'm very excited about teaching the class, and we shall see where it goes. I got cards.
Great. I love this
I know
moment.
you love this. It's a fun thing to do. I know that the power and the presence of the Holy Spirit works through this, giving us messages, showing us the way, and showing us our path. So we're going to do how we did a few weeks. I don't know when the last time we did this. It's been a while. But let's begin, and let's start with Jeannie. Jeannie, I want you to just connect with the truth and ask for the guidance, um, knowing that you're going to receive guidance from the message in this. And then you just tell me when to stop shuffling, okay?
Okay. Now,
Okay. All right, Daga, your turn.
Your turn, because you're always going last. Your turn now.
Oh, my turn. Okay. Okay, Daga.
Okay.
Very interesting. Okay, so we'll start with Jeannie.
so we want to remind people that they choose.
Yeah.
They really choose who they sort of drawn to.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
anyone that you're drawn to, me, Daga, Jeannie, whoever, just listen to the words. And then also all of it, everyone is for all of us too, right? So be in that awareness that you may receive messages from others, which is fabulous. So you're not putting your sights also just on one, but be open to the messages. But you'll be drawn to one person, or you'll be drawn to one reading. So we're going to start with Jeannie, and Jeannie got this beautiful card. It's called the Master Artisan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful. I love this card because it shows structure and building and creation. It's got a bridge. I love that bridge. I love that bridge. Uh-oh.
But pick up one more time, especially
Oh, I
make
see it. You may
the
be
main
you
card
may be
bigger.
bigger. Can you see it there? The master artisan, and there's a bridge work going on. So that what is an artisan? An artist. So this is an 8 of Keys card. Inside a bright and bustling artisan's workshop, apprentices are busy at their work benches, which are arrayed with the beautiful fruits of their labor. The master artisan pours a number of beautiful shining gems into the open hands of one of his apprentices. This card indicates that you now have the opportunity to offer your talents, your purpose, and your gifts to the world, making a contribution to many. Don't be shy and don't hold back when you have to share. It's not the time to hide your light under a basket. As a matter of fact, you may now find yourself teaching or training your skill sets to others. You may also be demonstrating your gifts and performing your talents publicly, even if your gifts lie in the ability for loving, compassionate care. You will be sharing those gifts with others. In this period of time, you can build your reputation and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So take action, put yourself out there, and let yourself shine. There is much beauty and empowerment for you to bring to the world.
Mm.
So, Jeannie, as that's been read, what's coming up? And I'm going to say that when you speak, you're speaking for the collective.
So what's coming up is the shedding of the darkness and going into the light, and everybody sharing their true gifts.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, can you imagine if everybody just woke up one morning, everybody, like, oh, we all wake up and we go, I'm going to use my gifts and my talents today.
Yeah.
Wow. Even if a quarter of the people did that, what a difference our world would be.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's a beautiful little meditation that goes with this, and I'll just read it. So you can close your eyes and feel yourself filled with all the gifts you have to share with the world. Sense those energies pour through your heart and your mind and out to the people around you. Feel the ease of this sharing. You cannot be drained, for all that you give flows back to you unceasingly. To create return, do this sharing frequently. So just imagine yourself giving of your gifts and talents, your love, your light, and surround everyone you meet, everyone you know, everyone you don't know. Just sharing that so beautifully. Take a breath in. Thank you. Beautiful. I love that. And that's what we're really called to do, aren't we?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I love that card. There's beautiful copper. I wish you could see it in person. It's like,
Just leave like that. Yeah, great. We can see it.
yeah, just beautiful crafts. So what is your craft? What do you bring to the world? Maybe it's your love. Maybe it's your peace. Maybe it's a drawing. Okay, so I guess I'm next since we have another 8 card, which Jeannie's was the 8 of keys. That's the other thing. The number 88 has been around me all week, actually for the last couple of weeks, and so she had the 8 of keys, and I have the master card 8. So there's my 88 again. It's like, okay, so I get to delve into the 8 sequence here. So my card is Archangel Raphael.
Okay, 1 minute. I'm letting. Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, good.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. All right, let's see what Raphael wants to share with us. The Archangel Raphael walks down a path and approaches you, sharing his healing and uplifting light. He is a profoundly loving spirit who has an important role in bringing the Akashic power to you. This beautiful being carries the energies of love, family, miracles, healing, and blessed journeys. He can share all these intentions and experiences with you and more. Of all the archangels, Raphael most often comes in the guise of a human. This card can indicate that helpful others may be attending you now. It also portends a time of great achievement in your personal life, and Raphael is opening the door. Blessings abound with this card upright. There may be a renewal of a lost dream, a reuniting of family members, or a healing, perhaps of a physical condition or of a broken heart. Even if these conditions have been hanging on for a while, now is the time when you can really break through. Let Raphael be your partner in this process, and you'll soon see why they call him the miracle worker. I got goosebumps everywhere, right? Woo! I was like, I'm on fire with the goosebumps. Okay, so let's do the little meditation that is well, let me do this first. This is just so what we were talking about today, right? It's like being this consciousness. And as I was reading about this beautiful being carries the energies of love, family, miracles, healing, and blessed journeys. Well, that's what we do as prayer warriors. That's what we do. That's, yeah. So that just, I'm so grateful that energy is there and that we tap into that. So the meditation on that is open yourself to the presence and touch of the Archangel Raphael, who stands beside you now. So just make your awareness that this beautiful Archangel being is standing present with you, right beside you. Take a breath in. Feel his presence. Feel that presence of love, healing, miracles. Take a deep breath and feel your whole self with this healing energy of boundless love. Take a breath in. Breathe in that beautiful energy of boundless love and miracles. Let every cell of your being feel and experience this boundless love, activating every cell in your being. If you can't feel it, imagine what that might feel like for that to happen for you. And let every cell of your being radiate this love, this power, this presence of Raphael's energy, this message that's been brought to us today. Allow yourself to be that, also that emissary of light and love, not only for yourself receiving it here, but to go out and be that in the world, offering love, offering peace, offering miracles. Breath in, and just relax into that. Just relax into the waking up and the remembering of who you are. All right, Raphael. All righty. Daga wanted to go last, and she got the King of Roses.
Wow.
Great. Great.
Yeah. Wait till you hear what this is all about. Hang on, let me go get it. All right. This card shows a man holding two roses, a red and a white, demonstrating a balance of passion and purity. At his feet are the yellow roses of healing and creativity. This is the King of Love, a man who is balanced and well-rounded. When he appears upright in your spread, and it did, it indicates that a potential union could be at hand, either in friendship, business, or even romance. Whether this is a new relationship or the blossoming of an old one, this man brings tender-hearted and thoughtful support. He is also someone who could be helpful in your personal life, especially where home or family issues are concerned. Whether the King of Roses is you or another man, the role of a husband or a father is now opening to create a happy home and family. This card also lets you know that you are ready to stand up for yourself and take loving but considered action on your own behalf. It's a time of increasing love and compassion, which always starts within. So when I read that, what are your thoughts and feelings that are coming up? What is it speaking to you? And then we'll do the little imagery for it.
Interesting. I wasn't expecting that, but it's about, I think it's about bringing more out to people, more out love to people, more out in my projects, in my life. So I think that is meant there more than like private story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That,
And given this is the King of Love, right? I'm just going to speak into what's coming forward for me about this is like that grounded male, which we also have all of that within us. We have the masculine, we have the feminine within us. So if it's about us, right, we'll just take us personally, right? It's getting grounded in that divine masculine way of being love and compassion, grounded on the earth, present. But he also implies that sacred sovereignty of the masculine, right? Which is protective and kind and nurturing. And it's a different kind of nurturance than the divine feminine, but it's still nurturing and grounded. And I think I'm just going to say this out loud because there may be people who are listening in to this. Our men in our world have been outside of themselves, assuming a masculinity role that has been unhealthy in many ways. To come back to that To that sacred sovereign strength of the divine, of God, and the power and the presence of that as a nurturance energy, like protector, like mm, yeah, I think I get protector around, right? And how that serves us in our world, like you talked about your project, right? Staying focused and grounded in your project, to know that you have that protection around you that's protected by love. It's not protected by swords, or it's protected in love. So I think for me, this is a very powerful card, because for me, the King of Roses, sometimes I equate that to how I hold God. So so let's do the little let's do the little meditation. So I invite you to just close your eyes, take a breath in, and just think about this beautiful King of Roses that is the consciousness of love. And feel that presence of that kingly state. What does that mean to you? A human that has moved into the awareness of their divine sovereignty. For truly, a king is certainly a human, but has awakened to their own divine sovereign self. Take a breath in. This is awakening to your own divine sovereign being as we align with this energy. Imagine that you are stepping into being wearing the robes of the kingship. Imagine what that would feel like to take on the beautiful robes, the garment of the king, and put that on you and around you, and feel what it feels like to wear the robe of the king. Take a breath in, knowing that this robe is not only for warmth or for show. Its meaning is protection around you. Its beauty, its finery, its magnificence, cloaking you, wrapping you, cocooning you, holding you. Take a breath in. What does it feel like to wear the robe of the king? And imagine the crown of the king upon your head. Imagine what it feels like to have the crown of the king, that your crown chakra is wide open and the crown of the king sits upon your head. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? How does it feel when you imagine wearing, putting on the crown of the king? What does that do to your body? What does that do to your mind? Take a beautiful breath in as you are surrounded by the robe of the king and wearing the crown of the king. How do you move in your world now with this beautiful raiment of goodness and richness and wealth and beauty and love surrounding you, guiding you? And bring your awareness back in as we collectively gather up all the cards that were drawn here this day, what was given to us as the master artisan, What do we create in our world? Are we creating beauty, love, and goodness and kindness? And the beautiful Archangel Raphael bringing that powerful presence of unconditional love and strength and beauty and healing and miracles. And then we wear the robe of the king and the crown of the king, for this is truly who we are, children of the Most High, the holy children of God. Take a breath in and bring all this awareness and this consciousness to who you are in your life. Imagine yourself in all of your relationships, in your work, in your just moving about as if you are this consciousness. What does it feel like to stand tall, knowing you're covered in beautiful beauty and love? How do you hold your head and your body as you move in the world, knowing that you are protected and guided? Take a breath in, anchor that. And as we receive this guidance here this day and assimilate that, we move that into our own assimilations in our world so that we may project this love, that we may project our gifts and our talents into the world for healing, for compassion, for love, for beauty. And so I'm just so grateful for having taken this time this morning to reflect on actually the truth of our being as we shed away the confines of the lower frequency world and move into the awareness and the consciousness of ourselves, our beingness as the holy children of God. And for that, I'm so grateful. And in that gratitude, I bless us all as we move into our worlds as awake and aware, conscious creators, conscious distributors of love and light. And so it is.
Thank you, Morganne.
You're welcome.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Is there anything else you want to tell to our viewers? Okay, Jimmy.
I wanted to say something about when you were talking about you have people do mantras or affirmations and they can't do it. Louise Hay does the mirror work. She's passed now, but she's done the mirror work. And I remember first hearing about this, and I tried to do it in the mirror, and I ended up not being able to. And I just watched myself, and I practiced every day, and just paid attention to how I was doing, and it got better and better. And but I was just so curious about how I couldn't say it to myself. And it was really fascinating. And I thought to myself, if I can't say it to myself, who can I say it to? And so that's why I was practicing.
Yeah.
I know. I am familiar with Louise Hay's work, and I'm using her teachings in my work as well. Uh-huh. And I've done mirror work myself as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's taking that first step, right? It's that willingness to say, I'm just going to take one little step. That's all you need to take is one little step, right? Glance at yourself. See, now I can wake up in the morning and I can look like heck, right? Like I've slept hard and I might have had drool. I don't know, but I still get up in the morning. I can now look in the mirror and go, good morning, beautiful. Good morning. It's a fabulous day, right? But when I first started mirror work, it was hard. I could not look in my eyes.
Yeah.
Right. And mirror work is I'm so glad you brought that forward, Jeannie. Right. It's like when we look in the mirror at ourselves, we begin immediately to judge ourselves. But it's now taking that mirror work and go, just stay with your eyes. Look at your eyes, stay focused on your eyes, put a timer on. I have a little thing that, brushing your teeth, that's a little hourglass, right? For 2 minutes. Sometimes 2 minutes can feel like an eternity, but you'll discover a lot. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And all of a sudden, you're beginning to see who you really are, not who you've judged yourself to be. So thank you for bringing that forward.
Yeah. So, is there anything else we want to say today? I think we've done quite a lot already.
Yeah, it's been a great day. I just say just go out and do this. Go be the king. Go be the artisan. Go, let Archangel Raphael guide you with that love and that compassion. Just go do it. Go out there and play in the world. Find out what your world looks like when you have that consciousness. Have fun.
Exactly. Jeannie, you want to say something?
No, I think you guys said it all. It's beautiful. I'm going to go play.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for another great show. Thank you for everybody who is watching and everybody who will be watching. Please go back. Please look at other shows. There is many, many, many Morganne's wisdom to look at. So look back, and next show, hopefully, if everything will be okay, next show will be next week, same time. So also you can reach each of us. We all doing private sessions, so you can reach each of us. Down below in description is contact details for each of us. Also for this prayer course, new prayer course with Morganne, again, reach up to Morganne to find out how to join this. And see you next week. God bless.